Hello and welcome. Let's take a look at our top story this hour. A raging war between Ukraine and Russia has divided the world. While the NATO allies have called out Moscow's military action on its neighbor, Russia's old friend and a former Soviet Union member, Belarus, has expressed its concerns against NATO's retaliatory actions. In the latest, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko has said that Russia should be ready to use nuclear weapons to counter the West. He has also warned the former USSR nations, saying that they need to fall in line to stay sovereign.
Нас это очень напрягает. Поэтому я прошу вас рассмотреть вопрос зеркального ответа на эти вещи. Без перебора. Они тренируют нести ядерные боеголовки. Вы, пожалуйста, помогите нам хотя бы приспособить самолеты наши, которые у нас есть, Су-35, по-моему, да, которые могут нести ядерные заряды. Я не говорю о том, что мы завтра перевезем или вы перевезете туда ядерные боеприпасы, но...
But the Western powers are not ready to back off either. In the recent G7 and NATO summit, the United States and its allies have made it clear that they will stand by Ukraine for as long as it takes. The United States President Joe Biden has been calling on allies to stay firmly united against Russian aggression, with provocative statements coming in from both camps, the US and its allies, and Russia and its partners. A possible threat of heading towards another Cold War looms large. For many, the current global scenario could be déjà vu, with the superpowers colliding against each other. Experts say if the escalation continues, it could lead to the beginning of a new arms race, with countries like Germany, Belgium, Poland, Romania, Norway, and Italy increasing their defense spending. NATO's recent bids to expand its allies is possibly worsening the conflict. Experts say the events are similar to what the world had witnessed after World War II, but this time the war is going to be riskier than before. Now let me pull out a map of Europe to explain NATO's expansion. The countries marked in yellow are the ones that joined NATO before 1997. This includes the likes of Norway, Germany, Italy, France, Spain, and others. But take a look at the countries marked in orange now. Now, these are the countries that joined the military alliance after 1997. It includes several Central and East European states that were once a part of the Soviet Union or under its sphere of influence. 4 of them, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, have borders with Russia. Now, Finland and Sweden are applying to join this military alliance. Basically, the Baltic Sea is now NATO's own lake, and this has certainly irked Russia. Today, around 20,000 military personnel are engaged in NATO operations and missions around the world. Currently, NATO is leading operations in Kosovo and the Mediterranean. It is also supporting the African Union, conducting air patrols over the Baltic states, and air defense support activities in Turkey on the request of its allies. It also has an advisory and capacity building mission in Iraq and carries out disaster relief operations and missions. Following Russia's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine in February of 2022, allies agreed to establish 4 more multinational battle groups in Bulgaria, Hungary, Romania, and Slovakia. This brings the total number of multinational battle groups to 8, extending all along NATO's eastern flank, from the Baltic Sea in the north to the Black Sea in the south. And a war at this time, like I mentioned before, could be more dangerous than before. World powers at the moment are well equipped with modern weaponry that could lead to a far more destructive warfare, including the possibility of a nuclear war. The war is not just restricted to the battlefield. Now, cyberspace is also a war ground. The cyber warfare could have severe implications, with the possibility of enemies intruding and hacking into governments. Now, Russia's Ukraine invasion is having global ramifications, with superpowers and their allies parting sides, hectic parleys between NATO allies to plan strategies, neutral nations like Sweden and Finland turning to NATO for security, and with a global economic crisis owing to the war, a Cold War-like situation could turn into a reality.
ходе контрбатарейной борьбы высокоточным оружием ВКС России поражены 2 взвода реактивных систем залпового огня и 2 артиллерийских взвода в районе Лесовка, Селидова и Нетайлова, обстреливавших населенные пункты Донецкой народной. Высокоточным оружием ВКС.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.